Okay, so this is a general overview and instructional video of the AI note taker feature for Jane. Almost said simple practice. So, a couple of things. First of all, something to keep in mind with this feature. This is something we need to get verbal and written consent to from all of our clients before we use it. So, I've been going over this in session with clients and saying something to the effect of, hey, we just moved over to this new system. It has this great transcribe feature. It bullets out a couple points from our session that saved me some time with documentation on the back end. Do you mind if I use this during our session? Clients will either say yes or no. If they have any questions, a couple points to point out to them is, one, it's still HIPAA compliant. Two, the recording that it creates is deleted within 60 seconds of the content being generated. So, it takes about a minute to 2 minutes to generate a note, depending on the length of your session. And as soon as that note is generated, the recording is deleted permanently. And three, the AI model is not trained on the notes generated for real life clients. So their information is not being used to train an AI model if they have questions around that. After we get verbal consent, we want to go in and have them fill out. So we'll go to online intake form, fill out, we'll email, sorry. And then we have consent for AI tools and therapy services. So we'll click that and send it to clients to get their written consent to use AI in session. Now, when it comes to using the AI note taker feature, very, very easy. First of all, the prompts for the note taker feature, think about ChatGPT. When you open ChatGPT, you need to give it a prompt to get it to generate content. The same is true of this AI note taker app. So there's a general SOAP note AI feature that I'll show you, but that we don't want to use. But I've also customized the prompt for counseling specifically. We can also go in and do this for OT, and you guys are more than welcome to come up kind of with your own prompts as you want. But here's what it looks like so far. Generate a detailed SOAP note for a licensed professional counselor based on the following session details, align with the American Counseling Association standards of practice. Make sure the content aligns with trauma-informed somatic attachment, DBT, compassion focus, and CBT principles. So again, we can customize this as much as we want, but here we have the criteria of what a SOAP note is and a limit, no more than 4 sentences to kind of keep things relatively brief and vague. We can choose whether we want this in narrative or bullet point format. So if you want to use my Counseling Smart Note as is, you can, it's there. I can create a different video to show you how to customize AI prompts as you would like to do. So when it comes time for the actual session, we've gotten verbal permission for clients. What we're going to do is click on the appointment to open up our sidebar. We'll click view and then navigate to our client's chart. From here, we're going to use this drop-down feature. We're not going to select Smart SOAP. Again, that's a generic Smart SOAP format. It's, I think, way too detailed for our purposes. We don't need all of that sensitive client information in the chart. So we're going to scroll just a little bit to that Counseling Smart SOAP that I showed you guys earlier. So we'll select this, and it'll pull up this blank note format. From here, we're going to select this microphone button, record audio, and you can see right here that your microphone has worked or connected to it. If not, you'll need to select a different microphone. So kind of check that, make sure it's running when you select this, and then start recording. Now, from here, you'll leave this on throughout the duration of the recording. It'll listen in on the session, and let's give it some generic details to work with to generate this note. So let's imagine we do a 60-minute session. A client comes in reporting a recent conflict with his wife. Let's imagine that they got into an argument about something to do with one of their children. Client reports feeling angry and frustrated and gets visibly upset when discussing these interactions with his wife. We spend most of the session talking about interpersonal effectiveness skills through a DBT lens. I introduce him to the Dear Man format. I give him an example and have him format a conversation starter in Dear Man to his wife. I ask him to go home and practice that 3 times before initiating a calm but assertive conversation with his wife, and to report back next session as to how that goes. When the session is over, we'll click Finish on this note, and we'll get a notification here on the top right, uploading audio for the client. We can go ahead and back out of the session and go on to your next visit if you'd like. But in a moment, we should get a little pop-up notification here in the corner that tells us that the transcription is ready. So let's keep an eye out. There it is. AI Scribe summary generated for the client's name. So let's go back and see what that actually looks like. Again, we'll navigate back to their chart. And we'll open up the note for our approval. So here, client presented with concerns regarding a recent conflict with his wife involving an argument with one of their children, etc. Here's some Dear Man language. So we can go in at this point and revise, edit, include more details, take out sensitive details, whatever we want to do. But I'll encourage you to go ahead and pause the video right here for a second and give the note a read so you can get a kind of a sense of what kind of content this tool is generating. Once you're done and you've edited accordingly, you'll click Sign and Save just like any other note. And that's all there is to that note taker feature. So very easy to use, very simple. You just need to have one consent conversation with your client up front. You just need to remember to hit record after getting their consent. Going forward, I've been hitting record. Before they even walk into the room. Once I've gotten consent, so it's running, we can just jump right into session. We don't need to ask permission every time. Just kind of that first time to use it going forward. And then we're good to go. Should save us all some time on session notes. So let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything else you'd like to see on this.